think hyperinflation is coming. That's why I think they're buying this. I mean, if you talk about China, they've been buying so much gold over the last few years. United States is starting to buy more. Russia's been buying more. EU has been buying gold, and the reasoning is not necessarily because gold is the predominant best thing on the planet. It's because they're preparing, because they see the same thing I do, and they're anticipating that we're going to see a significant raise in inflation. We're going to see a significant raise in prices in assets, and it's because they're going to be funneling money in. That's just how this is how it works. Like they push money in like they did in COVID. They pushed tons of money into the economy, gave you stimulus checks, and then they're like, oh, inflation's high. We got to raise interest rates, brought interest rates up to a point where people can't afford to live, and devaluated the dollar in the process. So right now, the big thing that we have to be paying close attention to is hyperinflation a reality? And hyperinflation is a very good possibility because they're printing money. They just double the amount of money they're printing, or double the amount of money they're spending on government buybacks. And now they're talking about injecting more money. When you inject more money into a system, it devaluates the dollar and makes assets run. And that's where we're at. That's the simple peace of mind. That's where we're at. They are starting to funnel money into markets because they need the markets to look good for midterms. And that's just the simple truth of it. You can get mad, you can scream, you can kick, you can do whatever you want, but that's the reality of where we're at, right? So again, as we talked about the S&P 500, so we can wrap this up today, the S&P 500 is still above that trend line where we've talked about that channel that's been in since 2007.